Alright, in this screencast we're going to go over how to create a mobile device detection script in PHP. You're going to want to start off with a blank PHP file. We're going to take an object-oriented approach to this, so you're going to need a class called mobile support util. When doing lightweight device detection like this, where you're using scripts and you don't have a database, the most reliable way to detect if a device is mobile or not is to check 4 different HTTP headers. Those headers are the user agent, the accept header, the WAP profile, and the HTTP profile. So we're going to need 4 different functions to return the information from those. So start off with function get user agent. Once you have that, you're going to create a variable called user agent, and then set it equal to the superglobal variable server, and then inside of that is the name of the header, which is http underscore user underscore agent. We're going to take this and wrap it in another function called string to lower, which is str to lower. That will take that string and make everything lowercase. That way we don't have to worry about case-sensitive searching. Once that's done, we're going to return the user agent variable. We're going to need the same functionality for the other 3 headers, so you can go ahead and copy and paste that function 3 more times, and then rename them to get accept header, get WAP profile, get HTTP profile, and then also change your variables to accept header, which will also return accept header, WAP profile, which returns WAP profile, and the last one, which is HTTP profile, returning HTTP profile. After that, you need to go in and change your strings for the server variable. This one is going to be HTTP underscore accept. This next one's going to be HTTP underscore x underscore WAP underscore profile. And then the last one's HTTP underscore profile. Once you have all those, we have 4 different functions that we can call in this object to return the header information that we'll need. Now we're going to create our main function for this object, which is going to be isMobileDevice, and this is our check statement, or our check function. This function is going to need access to those 4 headers, so we're going to create variables for each one and then set them equal to the functions we just made on this object. So you're going to do this get user agent, and you do the same thing for the other 3 headers. So I have accept header, which is equal to this get accept header, etc. This is the last one, which is HTTP profile. It's going to be get HTTP profile. Once you have all those done, we're going to create our return variable, which is check result. So check result, and we're going to set that equal to false for now until we decide whether or not it's a mobile device. Now we need an array of mobile device strings, which we're going to call mobile device list. And for now, we're just going to set that equal to an empty array. After the script is done, we're going to go ahead and grab an array of device strings online. That way you don't have to type out every single one. After we've got all our variables set, we're going to start checking for mobile devices. So you're going to switch on true. And basically what that is doing is saying that if any of these case statements we make are true, which means if any of these things that we do determine that it's a mobile device, then run the appropriate code. So you'll have a case statement, and then underneath that we're going to set our check result equal to whatever we just found. And then we're going to break. That's going to be the structure for each one of these case statements. These first couple ones we're going to do, or first several ones we're going to do, are going to be checking for high-end touch devices. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to search the user agent string for the occurrence of another string, such as iPod. If it finds that in the user agent string, we know it's an iPod, therefore set check result equal to iPod. The fastest and most efficient way to search a string like that is to use the string position function on the user agent, and we're looking for iPod. And then we want to make sure that that's not equal to false. If it's not equal to false, then we know it found it. The problem with this is, the way it's written right now, is string position returns the position of that string if it's found. If it's not found, it returns false. As you know from other programming experience, false can also be represented as 0. So if iPod is at the very beginning of the user agent string, the position is 0, and therefore this statement is going to equal true, which is not what we want. Therefore we're going to add an extra equal sign on there, which tells it that it needs to check for the variable type as well. 0 is an integer, false is a boolean, so we want to make sure that it's actually equal to false for each one of these case statements, so make sure you're getting that extra equal sign in there. We're going to repeat the same functionality for the iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, and Pre, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more devices. You can go ahead and copy that 4 more times. And then go ahead and change them. This one's going to be iPhone, Android. It should be lowercase. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry. Now in this last one, instead of searching for Pre, because Pre has a chance of occurring in other user agents besides the Pre, because it's such a short 3-letter string, we're going to look for WebOS, which is Palm's multi-touch operating system that they use on their devices. Now we need to go back and set our check result. If it's the iPod, it's going to equal iPod, and then go through and do that for each one of those. iPhone, Android, BlackBerry, and WebOS. Alright, once we're done checking for high-end touch devices, we're going to do a generic check for strings that commonly appear in mobile phone user agents. So the way we're going to do that is set up another